Okay, guys, we are going to look at how we can construct a pyramid and also how we can look at the surface area of that pyramid. So let's start by getting rid of Susan. I'm going to start with a square-based pyramid that is, let's say, 10 feet by 10 feet. 10 feet by 10 feet. Okay. Now what I want to do in order to construct the pyramid, okay, I don't need that. Okay, what I need to do is I need to draw the height of the pyramid. So the height of the pyramid is going to be, in my case, it's going to be 12 feet high. Okay, it's going to be 12 feet high. So in order to do that, what I need to do is draw the diagonals of my box here. Draw the diagonals of my box, okay? And then find the midpoint and come and draw a segment right out of the midpoint. So it's parallel with the blue axis there. I'm going to pull that up 12 feet. I'm going to pull that up 12 feet. Okay? Now, of course, that looks a little bit large, but what's happening from that point, I'm going to come down and I'm going to hit each of my endpoints of my, okay? So here, let's pull this out a little bit, okay? So what I'm going to do is come back and delete what I just did. I pulled that up 12 feet. Now I'm going to, from there, I'm going to go down to each corner, okay? And I'm building my pyramid this way. Okay, now I have to come around and finish that off right over here, okay, with another line drawn from pencil line drawn from here to here. Okay, now there's my pyramid. All right, the volume of that pyramid should be no doubt. Let's put some dimension lines on there. We know that this is 10 feet, okay? Now, we don't know what the height is, okay? So what I want to do is I want to do a cutaway of this, all right? Here's what I want to do. I want to do a cutaway so I can show you. Actually, so when I spin, what I'll do is I will draw a segment from here, from the end point down to the midpoint, should kind of find itself right to the midpoint right there, okay? And that is what we call our slant height, okay? I'm going to come around on another face and I'm going to draw the same thing. Okay? So I'm going to come around on another face, I'm going to draw the same thing. It's right down to the midpoint. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a selection. I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay? And I'm going to pivot this thing around so I can show you, okay, this inside triangle. Not this inside triangle. What I'm going to do is now again use the pencil tool, come into the midpoint here, okay? And then I'm going to come from here on out, okay? So I can show you this cutaway of this triangle, all right? I can show you the cutaway of this triangle here. And in this triangle cutaway is going to be some of the things, this triangle, the inside piece of this triangle that we need, this pyramid that we need to look at, okay? So here it is. All right, so here's our height, which you should know is 12. I'm going to illustrate that for you right now. That height is 12. Okay, so we knew that height was 12. That's the height. But what I have along the edge here is the slant height, and if I try to measure that, okay, from endpoint to endpoint, now that should be 13. Okay, and why is that? Well, because inside of here is the 5, 12, 13 triangle. Inside of here is the 5, 12, 13 triangle, right? Wasn't this edge 5? Yes, it is. Let's see. Okay. All right. So that is 5 right there. No surprise. So there's my 5, 12, 13 triangle in there. Let's paint that up for you just so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. We'll paint that up with a red. So you see, there's my 5, 12, 13 triangle right in there. Okay? My slant height is 13. My height of the triangle is, okay, is my 12. It is 12 units in height, which I use for the volume, but my slant height is 13. And again, my slant height is what I'm going to use in order to find the one face of the triangle. Now, the formula for the lateral area of the pyramid is the perimeter times the slant height. The perimeter times the slant height. Well, let's just show you, okay? Let's pivot this thing around so we can show you, okay? So that this one triangle right here, I'm trying to find the area of just this one triangle. All right, let's paint that one triangle blue, and we'll say let's find the area of that one blue triangle. So here's our blue, paint that, okay? Now that one blue triangle, I want to find its area, okay? So what is the area of that one blue triangle? Well, what is that? The slant height is the air is 13, and so the area of that is going to be 1/2 of 13 times 5, okay? And that is, okay, 1/2 of 13 times 5 is, okay, I'm sorry, 1/2 of 13 times 10, because the base down here is 10. So it is 5 times 13, or 65. So that's my area there, but my total lateral area is 4 of those, because there are, in fact, okay, let's see, we'll put that in there. There's 4 of those faces, right? There's 4 of those faces. So there's 65 on that side, 65 on the 4 sides, okay? 65, 65 here. This face, if I completed the triangle, it would be 65 as well, okay? So then what I can say, that's 4 65s, or 260, but that 260 is gotten by taking the same formula, okay, which is the perimeter, which is 40, times 13, which is the slant height, okay? So what you got to be careful about with these problems is to look at this inner triangle here, this red triangle, because when you look at that inner triangle, you got the height of the pyramid and the slant height, when you need the slant height for the lateral area. You need the height for the volume. And typically look out for these special right triangles in there, as you can see there. If they're not there, then of course you'll have to use Pythagoras. So that's what'll get you through these problems with the surface area for a pyramid. Okay, there you have it.